Fast forward to the $454 million judgment against Trump, the move spooking investors everywhere.
We were actually looking to invest this year in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago, and New York. And after the ruling by the judge in New York for the $500 million against Trump, I immediately put pencils down on every one of those transactions.
Wow.
Because you're talking about governments now sanctioning business owners and property owners, successful people that are doing something for the economy and providing sanctuary for freeloaders.
Hoover Institution senior fellow Victor Davis Hanson joins us now. Sir, thanks for being with us. So pursuing justice begins with identifying a crime, then finding a perpetrator. But Letitia James has done the exact opposite. If she's successful, do you think that opens the legal floodgates to targeting political enemies just like this?
Yeah, I mean, she's institutionalizing the old Soviet Lavrentiy Beria's dictum, show me the man and I'll find you a crime. This crime was created by her for a particular individual that she didn't like, but whose demonization she thought would bear political advantage to herself. So she set a precedent now that if you're considered controversial or maybe somewhat to the right and you're doing business in New York, then you're going to have to be very careful. And that almost suggests you're going to have to give very lavishly to Letitia James, Alvin Bragg, maybe even Eric Adams, or you're going to go after, or they're going to go after you.
That's what I thought. It's not just that you might have a differing point of view, but that if you don't toe the line, then you become a target, Victor. Also, I wanted to ask you about this because we've got President Biden. He's traveling to Arizona after Nevada. He's really hoping to make headway with the Latino voter. It's clear in the polls, at least from what we have so far, that President Trump is actually gaining a lot of ground with that voter. So how is Trump speaking better to that person than this current administration is?
Well, Trump is targeting the self-employed Latino business person or the people who don't work for government, or they're not part of the Latino elite, or they're not, in college. And there's a lot of them. There's about half of the Latino population. And he's appealing to them because many of them live in blue states, like here in California, New Mexico, Nevada, Colorado. And he's saying to them that you can't afford your fuel, you can't afford your taxes, you can't afford to buy a new car, you can't afford your insurance. Joe Biden has made it almost impossible for hardworking people like you who play by the rules to exist. And that's a very strong message. And I think that could result in 45 to 50% of the Latino vote going to Donald Trump. And then there's the border issue. Every single person who comes in illegally and swarms social services, like in my hometown, they lose one Democratic voter for every illegal alien that comes in.
Can I
you
talk
should see
about this
the
open
health
border?
Institutions, the ER here.
Can I talk about this open border with you? Is it a deliberate policy?
Yes, it's three-pronged. It's one, it changes the census. These blue states are losing population out of state to red states, and they feel that these people who cross the border illegally will be counted in the census for congressional districts, and they're right about that. They also feel when 70% of the electorate is voting not on election day, that authentication of votes are going to be difficult, and there might be people who seep in who shouldn't be voting that are illegal. And they also feel they form a constituency for big government programs, more government employees, higher taxes. So it's, Joe Biden said, remember in 2019, he said, you need to immediately surge the border if you're seeking asylum. Well, everyone says they're seeking asylum. So it was by intent. He destroyed federal immigration laws. We knew it. We never seen anything like it. Never.
Victor Davis Hanson, we appreciate you being with us today. Great analysis on what's happening on all these issues. Thank you.